Silent struggles, stronger connections. Samantha sat in her room, staring at her phone, the silence between her and her mom growing each day since the divorce. She wanted to shout, to ask why everything changed so suddenly, but the words got stuck in her throat. At school, she smiled so no one would ask questions, but the weight of not knowing how to talk about her feelings pressed down on her. It took time, but she learned sometimes, the first step is just letting herself cry, and realizing that not all silences have to be filled with words. Sometimes, understanding can grow in quiet moments. Marcus always felt like a background character at his school, fitting into the crowd. When his best friend stopped texting back without explanation, Marcus replayed every conversation in his mind, wondering what he did wrong. The heartbreak of being left behind gnawed at him, but as weeks passed, he found unexpected comfort in new friendships formed in art class. He realized losing someone hurts, but it can also make space for new beginnings and discovering parts of yourself you'd never known. Janelle loved dance, but when she didn't make the competition team, the sting of rejection was sharp and public. She tried to shrug it off, but seeing her friends in rehearsals without her made her question if she was good enough. Over time, she found joy in choreographing for her little sister and teaching neighborhood kids. Janelle learned that rejection doesn't define her worth, sometimes it leads you to new passions and ways to shine. Dylan looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back. The confusion around his identity felt overwhelming, especially when his parents dismissed his questions about pronouns and labels. At school, he kept his head down, afraid of being judged. With time and the support of an online community, Dylan realized he wasn't alone in his journey. He understood that it's okay not to have all the answers, and that figuring out who you are is a process, one that deserves patience and compassion. Emily's friend group was everything to her, but when rumors spread about her online, she felt the chill of isolation. The group chat went silent, and she was left scrolling through posts, wondering how quickly trust could break. In the quiet, she reached out to her older cousin, who reminded her that real friends don't vanish at the first sign of trouble. Emily began rebuilding, this time choosing friends who valued kindness over popularity, learning that self-respect matters more than fitting in. Tyrese, the class clown, always hid his anxiety behind jokes. No one saw the panic that hit before presentations or the nights he lay awake worrying about the future. When he finally opened up to his guidance counselor, he was terrified of being seen as weak. Instead, he found understanding and new coping tools. Tyrese saw that asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, but a step toward strength, and that everyone deserves support, even the ones who always make others laugh.